What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pleeka. I'm Jerome.
And I'm Nick.
And today we're talking about Better Call Saul, Season 4, Episode 2, Breathe. I really liked this episode.
Yeah, I did too.
I think I might have liked this one more than the premiere. Not saying the premiere is a bad episode, but I think I really enjoyed this one a lot more than that one.
Well, that last scene, soulless.
Yeah, that's kind of the scene we've been waiting for a little bit. We did a 3-time with Pleeka about kind of that scene.
Yeah.
It didn't go down the way I thought it was gonna with Nacho, and I always forget the other guy's name. I'm just gonna call him Ponytail.
Ponytail's
But it was kind of cool when they started that. You can tell Nacho was kind of like, fuck. I have to go with this guy, otherwise they're gonna kill me. Or either way, he was totally fucked in the situation.
He's kind of the Jesse of the show.
Yeah. I didn't think about that, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah. He does it, but he doesn't want to do it.
Yeah. Then although I think he's a little more willing than Jesse.
Yeah.
But so he pulls out his gun. Sorry, I didn't get recorded. He pulls out his gun on the guy, and they actually give him the 6th pound of whatever they're selling. I don't know what. I'm assuming meth, but I don't.
It could just be weed, but I don't know.
I don't know. It didn't really say particularly what it was. So they give it to him, and I was like, oh, wow, maybe it's because there was theories, if no one knows what we're talking about, on Reddit that lead to, maybe Nacho's going to die. We didn't necessarily think that, but you could put them together and kind of see, the Ponytail dude is going to die, and the Salamanca twins are going to come and save the day, kind of. And then they walk out the place, and you see them run out the bag, put it over his head, take him down, and I was like, oh, fuck.
And it was Gus doing that.
Yeah, well, was he the one that put the bag on it, or was he
Yeah.
just there? Oh, I didn't notice he was the one that put the bag. I thought it was the other two.
99% sure, we just finished watching
That makes it even more cool than if it was him.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. But I really like that scene. He's like, you are mine now, which goes into my theory a little bit. If you guys remember in Breaking Bad, Mike, when Jesse becomes his partner, he tells him that he had an old partner that kind of recently passed and all that shit. And I think that could have been Nacho.
I mean, it could be.
I'm really hoping the case, because they've kind of had a thing together in the past anyways.
They exchange looks and stuff.
Yeah. So I think that'd be cool for them to work together.
Yeah. Oh, but I meant Gus. Gus and Nacho have exchanged looks.
Yeah.
And, I always thought Gus and Nacho were gonna be together. Now I don't know how willing Nacho's
I
gonna be.
always assumed they would eventually be together too.
Yeah. I don't know how. I don't know if Nacho's gonna try to betray him, or if Nacho's just gonna what's gonna happen to Nacho. That's the key. The only problem I have with the episode is I kind of don't care about the rest of the people.
Like who in particular?
Yes.
You only care about Nacho and then Saul?
No, I mean...
I didn't care about... The Kim and Howard scene was neat because she was sticking up for him finally. No one ever sticks up for him.
I like what Kim did.
I like that, but at the same time, I didn't care because it was about his brother, and I fucking hate his brothers. I didn't care.
And Howard, I liked Howard too because
yeah,
it seems like he legit feels bad.
Yeah.
And he's like the scholarship thing. He was trying to be good. He wasn't.
Yeah, everything he's doing, she's just kind of taking the wrong way, which I get because everyone's been shitting on Jimmy his whole life. Yeah. But I think he actually did have good intentions with some of this
totally.
stuff.
So do I. Yeah.
Every time I see Howard, I just think about how he would play a perfect handsome Jack from Borderlands. I totally picture that with him now. I
forget that you say that.
Which is weird because it's me hey, he's handsome, but he looks like the character.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
He totally looks like the character. I could see. He kind of sounds like him too. So when I hear him talk, I think about that a lot. But yeah, I get what you're saying with that. I didn't care about them. It's weird. It's cool, but weird. The scenes with Don Salamanca. I can't think of his name. Ding Ding guy.
Oh, Hector.
Hector, yeah. With him, because we get to see what's happening to him, but at the same time we're well, he's just gonna get in a wheelchair and he'll be fine. Well, we know it's not is he gonna survive this? What's gonna happen to their team?
I enjoyed that because the twins showed up and they're fucking awkward as hell.
Yeah, I love those. Anytime they're there, you're kind of oh fuck, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, because everybody's afraid of them.
Ever since that one scene where they basically almost killed Walt in Breaking Bad and then just walked out of his house and left a little eye there that he keeps forever for some reason.
Yeah.
Ever since then, every time they show up, you're oh fuck, I gotta stay on my toes. But so let's talk about one. It's weird. The show's called Better Call Saul, but Saul was in this episode 5-10 minutes tops.
He's in the beginning, and then he goes for that job interview. Totally gets it. Does the salesmanship.
That was a cool scene though. Him you're oh, he's gonna get the job maybe. And then he leaves, and you're oh, maybe not. We'll see how this goes. Then he walks back, and the whole time when he was getting ready to walk back, I was oh, don't go back in there. You're gonna ruin it.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, but then he got it.
See, I didn't know why he was going back in there.
I didn't either. And then when he got the job, I was oh, cool. And then he spun it you guys are fucking dumb. You're just you don't know who I am. I could be pissing in the coffee jar and stuff like that. And they're yeah, no, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he goes, I feel bad for you. It's weird. Mm-hmm. And now he wants to steal that little figure.
Yeah.
With Mike.
That figures.
Oh, my God.
But yeah, that'll be. Yeah, you read the description by accident when you were looking at IMDb
Yeah.
while watching it.
Well,
And
plus they showed it on the next one.
yeah, well, yeah, and we saw the next on that he is gonna go through with it. Him and Mike steal that thing, which will be pretty interesting. I like when him and Mike do a little high stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I like the Mike stuff too. Like even though it's mainly him sitting on a bench and her yelling "pop up."
I did.
But
There's a lot of scenes this episode that I really really liked. Like I liked him talking to Lydia,
Yeah.
and him being like, "Well,
She's fucking.
I liked it
annoying.
because last week we were kind of wondering why did he do that? Like, was he just bored? What was going on?" And then he's like, "Oh no, now they put a face to the name. That totally made sense to me." And then she's like, kind of like how she's in Breaking Bad, kind of frantic, and she's like, "No, now you're like putting pressure. People are
I
gonna
like
find
how-
out you're fake and all that."
I like how Gus was just like, so then get him
Well,
a badge.
that's what I was
Like,
getting into.
yeah.
I like the scene with her
Yeah.
and Mike, and then when it was her and Gus, he's like, "Well, yeah, just listen to him. He's Mike. Like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Well,
He's not gonna do anything to jeopardize his
oh, he's
money."
just supposed to steal other people's badges? I suggest you get him a badge then. And then
Yeah.
he hangs up and walks back in to make some chicken.
Yeah, I love how like she's always like freaking out and like almost trying to snitch on people, get them in trouble, and they're just like, "No, that person's right. Like fuck off."
I just, because I'm rewatching Breaking Bad, I just
Mhm.
watched the episode where they were going to kill her, but then, like, they had the barrel, DEA marked them.
Yeah, and like they had her call
GPS.
and all that, and like they wrote a
Yeah.
script and all that for her to say.
Yeah, so, I literally have seen her, like, a couple episodes on here, and then I watch her be a bitch in Breaking Bad, and then she shows up here being frantic again. I'm like, fuck, I can't
Yeah,
stand
that's
her.
all. I don't like her, but at the same time, I do like that she's in the show a little bit.
Yeah, everyone in the show. And we got to see the Mexican doctor that...
Oh
Gus
yeah, the one
knows.
that worked on Gus that Jesse brought
and
there.
Mike.
Oh, I forgot about
On the
that too.
shootout.
Yeah. It's cool. Like they really are bringing more characters. I'm really wondering what episode Lalo's gonna show up in, because he's supposed to be like the kind of the big bad of this season. So
Well, that's what I thought, is that, like, so now, especially now, Nacho's the only one left of the crew. Like, who's
and
gonna
then
try
not
to
even
take
really
that?
because now he's working with
Gus.
Gus. So
We'll see how that works.
yeah, 'cause he's getting
The previews
gonna
make
be
it look
both
like
sides.
Gus is attacking the Salamancas, but you assume that's someone else attacking the
Yeah,
Salamancas.
probably. I did like that in the next Dawn that we got to see. It looked like the twins setting up like the little barbed wire street thingy to hit their
Yeah,
car
yeah.
to not. Because I'm assuming they're like taking the guy's body or something away that they just killed the ponytail man.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see that shootout. Because we have seen in the trailer too, Nacho survives a shootout because he's standing next to the twins. That was in one of
Yeah.
the trailers. I think
Yeah.
it was in the last episodes, like looking forward to the season.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, it's not like the other scenes without Nacho and Gus. I don't like them. It's just I want them to get to the point where they're doing bad things,
Yeah, no, I get that.
and it's just slowly getting there, and I want it to get there, and I love it getting there.
Mm-hmm.
And then that last scene was like, oh fuck, and then it's over. You're like, God damn it, now I have to wait till next week.
I know.
So I mean, they totally like had me on a hook and reeled me in.
Yeah, I'm wondering what because like that stuff's going kind of fast, and then Saul stuff's going kind of slow. Like it's like everything's kind of at a different pace, different
Yeah.
characters, and I'm assuming they're all gonna kind of intertwine eventually, like maybe halfway
would
through the
think.
season or something.
Yeah.
But this season, I think, is the most different the show's gone yet.
I mean, so far, it's
So,
been
like,
2 episodes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like did you notice there's a lot? And I know they do this a lot in some of the other episodes, but I was particularly noticing this episode when they're like filming wise. There's a lot of almost like Bond villain or like villain type shots where like everyone's in the shadows talking to each other.
Oh, I did notice like when Lydia and Mike were talking, it was like
yeah,
super
like that.
dark.
And then like when it was Gus and he's looking at the papers for the brain scan,
Yeah.
it was really, there's a lot of that, and I was like, oh, it makes everyone
Yeah,
look
and-
so villainous.
Is he a doctor? Is that what he's like? Is that what he's known for in Chile? He was a brain doctor?
Well, I just assumed he was really smart, so he just knew what it meant.
He
But
just
I was
knows how
wondering
to-
about that too. I was like, I don't know how he knows exactly what's going on there.
I mean, they don't have any trace of him before 1989 in Chile, so maybe he was working on brains in Chile. I don't know.
I really, really hope we get into that more, like his background.
Well, it's just weird.
I mean, this
to
is
me.
kind of the perfect show too.
Yeah.
I did like too when he was talking in the beginning. I believe it was the beginning, and they're like, "Well, isn't this kind of what he deserves?" Talking about Hector and all that, and he's like, "No, I'll decide what he deserves."
Yeah, which
Because we've all seen like they killed his partner, which is there's a big theory that he might be gay and that was his lover.
yeah.
Which I really do like that theory. I hope it's true because it makes him seem even like more of a like character. I really like it.
Yeah, it would explain like more why. I mean, he wouldn't necessarily have to be gay just to hate Hector, but like
Yeah, but it would give another like, oh, you killed like the love of his life.
Yeah, because if that person was a girl and it was his fiance, we'd be like, oh, that fucking Hector. So like it's the same thing. So like if that's the case, but if it's just his partner, it's the same thing, really. I guess.
Yeah,
but it would just be inflated. If
yeah,
it
no, I
was
get.
his,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
lover or whatever.
yeah.
Well, and they did like I just watched that episode with the flashback where they kill that guy.
Oh yeah.
And Hector pisses in the pool before the real Don comes out.
Oh yeah.
They're like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, oh, you gonna tell him? You like what you see anyways. And he like looks at those two, and I was like, wow, that's got to be part of the theory.
Yeah.
You know, and they were, I don't know, it was odd. I never caught that before.
I didn't either. I think it's because we weren't thinking about it. Where it's like,
Yeah,
oh, Hector's
totally.
just being a dick there.
Literally.
Yeah. Anything else in this episode you want to talk about?
No, not really. I mean, I think we covered everything.
I think we covered quite a bit too.
We can talk about why we're at Hess's house. And
Yeah, we are. Anybody that's noticed, there's a scene change. Hess normally sits at this table while we do the podcast, and he's on FaceTime, and we're in my bedroom, but he's out of town, so I'm watching his house. So then Nick had to drive over here and do the podcast with me. Or I guess this isn't a podcast, it's just a video, but yeah. So thanks for watching our Better Call Saul recap. We'll be back next Monday for another Better Call Saul recap. I'm really, really enjoying this season. Comment down below your thoughts on this season, and we'll see you guys next time.